The Billings City Council unanimously approves the contract for the city's new top administrator. Chris Kukulski, the former city administrator in Bozeman and Kalispell, is set to begin his new job November 19th. The City Council approved his contract at last night's meeting. Kukulski, who is the Vice President for Business Development at Zoot Enterprises in Bozeman, was offered the job October 10th. This all comes after Tina Volek's retirement late last year, with Bruce McCandless filling in as acting city administrator since then. A deal with one other candidate, Great Falls City Manager Greg Joyon, fell through last December. Kukulski told Q2 he thinks what happened last year, frankly, set everyone up for a successful process this time around, and looks forward to some of the major projects Billings has underway in the near future.
The 2019 legislative process is going to get underway very quickly, and that's always exciting. The One Big Sky project, you know, there's just a lot going on at the airport. That airport expansion project is just so important. So many people get their exposure to Montana and to Billings through the airport. So those are some projects that are just really fantastic, critically important, and I definitely look forward to getting into right out of the gate.
Kukulski also told Q2 he is genuinely excited about the confidence and trust the city has put into him to be the next city administrator. During last night's meeting, the City Council also gave the okay to move forward on the Southside Aquatics and Rec Center concept plan and contract with Annie Architects for $149,000. The newest poll in Montana's U.S. Senate race details just how close this contest is, with just 2 weeks to go until Election Day. MTN News and Montana State University co-sponsored this mail-in poll. Here's MTN's chief political reporter, Mike Dennison, with the numbers.
Just about everyone thinks the race between Democratic incumbent Jon Tester and Republican Matt Rosendale will be close, and the MTN MSU poll says the same. According to the poll, Tester has a 3-point lead over Rosendale, 46% to 43%. Only 2.6% said they would vote for Libertarian Rick Breckenridge, who is on the ballot, and another 8% said they're undecided or support someone else. The mail ballot poll was conducted from September 17th to October 6th. About 2,000 registered Montana voters responded. A mail poll is a little unusual, but MTN political analyst David Parker says there are reasons why it's a good choice in Montana.
The response rate for this poll was 20%. That's the very top end of what we were hoping for in this poll. We felt we could get in the rural areas better. We also thought it'd be less intrusive, more likely to somebody to actually pick it up and fill it out.
The margin of error for the poll is plus or minus 2%, which means the race is a statistical dead heat. But Parker says the poll has some good news for Tester besides an apparent lead. Independents favor him by 57% to 30%, and Democrats are united behind him. Still, he says Tester needs a few things to happen to win.
For Jon Tester to win, number one, those undecided voters, he needs to basically pick up some of them. He can't have them all go to Matt Rosendale. The second thing, he needs a turnout scenario that looks like 2006 or 2012, where the Democratic base shows up and those independents that overwhelmingly support him decide to actually vote.
Yet Rosendale has some potential positives as well in the poll. Parker says it's possible that undecideds can break Rosendale's way and thus give him a bigger cut of independent voters. And with the help of President Trump visiting the state 3 times already, Rosendale is looking to rally his base and Trump-leaning voters.
For Matt Rosendale, the answer is basically get your base together, get them motivated, have them show up even though it's a midterm election. I don't think he's any chance he's going to get the Democrats to come over. So really his path is all about his base and also about those independents who voted for Trump. He needs to convince them to come out and vote for him.
Let's not forget that Montanans have already been voting through absentee ballots for more than a week. But both campaigns will have their foot on the gas from now until Election Day. At this point, it's all about getting your supporters out to vote. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And tomorrow we look at the poll results for Montana's U.S. House race between Republican Congressman Greg Gianforte and Democrat Kathleen Williams. In Muscle County, the Montana Commissioner of Political Practices has found the undersheriff who is running for sheriff in violation of campaign practices. Commissioner Jeff Mangan said there are 2 confirmed occasions on May 14th and 15th where Undersheriff Sean Lesnick engaged in soliciting support for his candidacy while on duty in public. He's also accused of intimidation and harassment, but the commissioner did not find threatening or harassing behavior from Lesnick as reported in the complaint. Now the case goes back to the Muscle County attorney for possible charges or a fine. The Yellowstone County Sheriff's Office is investigating a complaint of animal cruelty that involves several horses near Molt. These photos were shared to us from a viewer. You can see the horses appear to be in poor health. Sheriff Mike Linder says his office is working with the owner to get the horses food and has also been in touch with an animal rescue group. Linder tells us charges are possible in the case, although none have yet been filed. Authorities have released the name of the man who was found dead in a Billings home after an accidental house fire. The body of 49-year-old Jeffrey Corhonen was found in the home on 2nd Avenue North. It's not clear whether his death is related to the fire, as the specific cause of death is still under investigation. The fire was reported just before midnight Saturday. Deputy Fire Marshal Andrew McLean says the fire was accidental after the stove was left on unattended. Montana's September unemployment rate was the lowest in the state in over a decade. The Montana Department of Labor and Industry reports unemployment last month was at 3.6%. Here in Yellowstone County, unemployment is down to 3%. Carbon County is at 2.9%, but Bighorn County has the state's highest jobless rate at 8.4%. The nation's unemployment rate last month declined to 3.7%. The opioid crisis continues to take a tremendous toll on America, from crime to broken families to overdose deaths. Montana certainly is not immune to the problem. On Monday in Billings, Blue Cross Blue Shield presented the Montana Opioid and Addiction Summit. This one-day event featured several speakers with a focus on finding ways to promote prevention and treatment efforts.
And really what we have in Montana isn't a drug abuse problem, it's an addiction problem. And so we wanted to bring together today some of the best minds in the state from a clinical standpoint, from a legislative standpoint, from a policy standpoint, to find the solutions that we need moving forward to curb this epidemic.
One of the speakers at Monday's summit knows all too well the problems that come with addiction. Ryan Leaf was the most highly touted football player to ever come out of Montana, a first-round draft pick in the NFL. He later became addicted to drugs and even served time in prison. Q2's Russ Riesinger had a chance to talk with Leaf.
I blamed everybody, but never took an actual look in the mirror at myself.
It took a long time for Ryan Leaf to finally put the blame on himself for the problems that plagued him after his short NFL career came to an unceremonious end.
The crazy thing about opiates is that it's this vicious cycle where you have to feed this addiction, but you have all this shame and guilt about who you've become. This junkie, liar, thief, addict.
After his arrest for breaking into a home near Great Falls and stealing painkillers, Leaf says he went as far as attempting suicide.
And I looked up ways to kill yourself on Google, and I slit my wrist from here to here, and the scar is still here, and I can see it every single day as a reminder.
While Leaf eventually turned his life around in prison, he told me he does not think putting people behind bars for drugs is the solution.
But right now it's about raising awareness, and continuing to shine a light on the problem, and not imprisoning nonviolent drug offenders, but actually getting them the help that they need.
Leaf says when he began concentrating on serving and helping others, his life began to turn around. He's now 7 years clean.
It's always there unless you continue to attack it every single day like a maintenance program. And if you don't, you go back right to where you started, and except your body's not able to deal with the tolerance like it used to, and you go right back to where you started. And a lot of times that means your life ends that day as well.
And Leaf has started a foundation to try and help those who can't afford drug abuse and mental health treatment. He also covers Pac-12 football on radio and TV, and he's the proud father of a 1-year-old baby.